Episode 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Game The Chronicles is here, and yeah, it's good, though it feels like a little bit of a downgrade compared to last episode. We do start things off exactly where we ended off in the last episode, and I think that is good at least, because we do kind of get like the full story. Though by the end of this episode, it really is going to feel like those 6 minutes are used up extremely quickly. I'll get to that. So yeah, we're back to the standoff between Ecclesia and Albaz, or at least, she's confronting him and trying to figure out what's going on. At the same time, Fleur-de-Lis is still up in the sky and runs into Shireg from the Tri-Brigade, and they have a little fight in the sky. During this action sequence, they do use some 3D animation. It isn't bad or anything, it is like sorta noticeable, but I think it is blended pretty well. For one thing, it does kind of at least remind you of Master Duel, again because Shireg is a mate in that game. Overall, I think this action is done pretty well, though it's not the focus of the episode. Meanwhile, we catch up with the rest of the Tri-Brigade down in the alleys of the city, as they're trying to avoid the guards and continue with their extraction mission, all being led by Ferrijit. And so now in the middle of a city, the rest of the Dogmatica guards show up, as well as the Tri-Brigade, and so yeah, this is the actual true standoff here. I do like that we're getting to see the perspective of the Tri-Brigades as well, as Ferrijit is all confused and wondering what exactly is going on, because in the middle, Ecclesia is trying to protect Albaz, just wanting to help him out, so Ferrijit thinks that that's a trick, and then meanwhile all the Dogmatica guards are disagreeing with her. As one of the guards activates the stigmata on Ecclesia's forehead and trying to control her, Albaz the whole time has noticed her kindness, so he jumps in the way of the attack, and this is what causes him to transform into Brigran the Glory Dragon. Ooh, look, there's a card art that we all know, and that is where the episode ends off. He's transformed, he's holding Ecclesia now fainted, and he roars a scary roar. So yeah, that's kind of what I was saying, is that this episode really does feel like it is only 6 minutes. Meanwhile, the last one I think was off to a great start. It felt a lot like a first episode because it set up the world, the characters, and the story, and it ended with an action sequence and cliffhanger that would have contributed to the next one. Meanwhile, this one here really does feel like the first part of another episode, in that it really isn't all that complete on its own. And on top of that, with every episode being named after a card, this one was named after Fleur-de-Lis, though she is barely in it. Yeah, she is in the very beginning and has that cool fight with Shireg, but if anything, I think Ferrijit was kind of the monster of the episode in this one, and also because we didn't really see a conclusion between the fight, it didn't feel complete in that sense. Anyway, everything else is still top-notch. The animation is great, the voice acting is great, loving the writing, but again, this one you really do feel those 6 minutes, and it makes discussing it a little difficult because it doesn't feel all that complete. Yes, it does build off of the last episode, which again was great, but because that one had to basically start everything over and was sticking to, basic story principles, that's why it worked. So I think this was a solid episode, but it is really going to need the next one in order to actually feel right. But let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and if you had a favorite moment. Anyway, this is Gatorex, and I'll catch you all later.